I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder. Hi friends, welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast. I am here with my longtime dear friend, Sanford Mann, who owns American Hartford Gold Company and is also a big real estate investor. And my buddy.
Subjective on big real estate investor.
No,
There's always somebody bigger.
Well, maybe that's true, but in my eyes, I'm always so proud of you and so happy you're here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's an honor.
Yes. Well, thank you. And so on this podcast, I asked the one question, when did you get your click? But before we get to that, I like to talk about like your childhood, where you're from, all the things, like really get into it. Okay.
I agreed to do this, but not therapy. So
listen, I
literally did this with my therapist on Wednesday at noon, but let's roll with it.
She called me ahead of time.
Karina.
Karina called me and said, get right into it. No. So okay, where are you from?
I was born in London, surprisingly. I don't sound like it. We left when I was a year old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that. This is why I love this, because I get to find out all
But
this.
I'm not a dual citizen, as crazy as it sounds.
Dang it.
I should be. I should go get my British passport.
Okay.
I was born in London. My parents had immigrated from India to England in the early 70s.
Okay.
I was born in 79. And then my father got admitted to UCLA to do his PhD. So our family, 3 kids, including me, moved to LA, where I did kindergarten and first grade in LA.
No, wait. Yeah. Where are you with the sibs?
I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest?
I'm the youngest, yeah.
Wow. I think I knew that, but like how old are they much?
My brother's 2 years older, and then my sister's 2 years older than
Okay,
me.
so two.
4. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So then where'd you go to school here?
I went to school in Culver City at Clover Avenue.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, it was funny. When my family had come into town about 15 years ago, we drove to the little elementary school.
Oh
and
my.
It was like very serendipitous. I didn't recognize it. I don't want to say like I had a moment, but we went there. And so I did kindergarten, first grade. And then my father got a teaching position in Connecticut at Connecticut State University. And so our Indian immigrant family who grew up in, LA/born in London moves to this small town in Connecticut where there's, I think, population 20,000. And then when the University of Connecticut was in session, our population was like 80,000.
Oh,
yeah. So
incredible.
It was a really cool college town.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
So fun.
Yeah. Because you grew up in North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina.
So we would hang out in the woods. We would start a bonfire. It was those moments. It was the streams, the tadpoles, the frogs.
Oh,
yeah. All that fun stuff
so different than LA.
Slightly.
Yeah. Different than how our kids were growing up.
Yeah.
A little different. Okay, so you were there, and then what about school? Where did you decide to go?
College-wise?
Yeah.
So, it was funny. I was sent away to an all-boys prep school for high school.
You did that?
For boarding school. Yeah, I did that. And then my father being a professor and my sister and brother both went to NYU.
Okay.
So in our family, education was really stressed on us. And so,
especially your dad.
Especially my father and his respect that he had. And he was an author of textbooks that were, he was very successful in authoring. And so when I finished high school, I thought you just show up at college. And my father said, have you applied? Da-da-da. And
Wait, no, be quiet.
I had not applied to any university.
Out of here.
I just thought you just I never got like the handbook on this is how to live life.
Tell you?
I mean, I took my SAT and I got a 1080, which I think was decent.
Yeah.
And I had a decent GPA, but I definitely wasn't the scholar.
Yeah.
Athletics.
You're the chatter.
I was the chairman of the university. Yeah, I loved chattering. I loved putting people together, bringing people together. I loved hanging out.
Connector and the mayor.
Exactly.
You're meeting the mayor right here.
So I assumed the university would come to me, right? So, and I was surprised. So my father marched me into the university that he was working at.
Oh my God.
to the administration department, and they accepted me on the spot.
Oh, of course.
And then he put down my major for me because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Oh my, what did he write?
He put me down for business.
Oh,
and then,
good.
Yeah, but then halfway through the first semester, after the first semester, I switched to communications because I love communicating.
That works
and I was
too.
like, but really, here's why I changed to communications. There was a class called Basic Speech, and the rule in that class, you got an A as long as you didn't miss more than one class. And I was like, I want the easy A. Yeah. By the way, I got a C in it. I missed 3 classes. So that shifted my major. So it was interesting, my college experience. I was our newscaster on campus.
See, this is why I have the podcast, because we talk all the time, but I would never know these things.
That was by day, and by night I was in a frat. So
yes, I would know that.
So you would see, I had just such a juxtaposition of a life. Yes. You would see me daytime doing the news, and then at night you would see me at a frat party doing keg stands and just, riling out. So it was a good experience.
Yeah. Were you kind of famous on campus? They're like, oh, there he is.
It wasn't the largest campus, but people knew me. So my father tried to distance himself from me. That was interesting. And because it was really interesting. So he says he distanced so I would have a, organic experience on my own through college, which is not true. Yeah. But I was a little wild. I actually ended up dropping out of college.
Okay.
It was 4.5 years in.
Oh, 4.5.
And I was still a sophomore. Again, I would not register for classes. I would forget. I would do 3 classes a semester, not the 5 or 4 or whatever 6 you're supposed to.
And your dad's like, I don't know that guy. I'm not sure who that is.
Just the black sheep. The black sheep.
But the youngest of the most successful.
Well, not back then.
Not back then. I know.
But they never gave up on me. And, it was interesting because me, my sister and brother, so my sister went to law school and my brother was in finance coming out of New York. And so he's working for a Swiss bank. My sister's working for a great law firm. Yeah. And then there's me and 4.5 years out of college, no degree, moves to New York City.
Okay.
And I was selling mattresses, by the way, in Connecticut. And it was a very lucrative industry. I was like one of their best salespeople.
Of course.
So I transferred to the New York City location
to sell mattresses. I love this.
I was making 6 figures selling mattresses in 2003, 2002.
That is so much money.
Which back then, and I remember opening the New York Post up and it was like, you need $100,000 just to break even in New York City. And I was like, check that box.
Got it.
We're good. We're good. And so I did that. But being the connector, whenever I would meet a customer who was dressed up or, spoke well, I would always ask, tell me about yourself. What do you do? Where are you from? Success, family. And, you surround yourself with people that you want what they have, right? And I say that in the most humblest way.
Yes.
And I had met a guy in real estate, which I knew in sales, I had to go into real estate high ticket item, as you know.
Yes.
So if you're going to sell a widget, sell a very expensive one. So I got into commercial real estate at the age of 22 in New York City.
Oh, he plucked you out.
He plucked me out.
He knew it.
It was great. It was a company called Marcus & Millichap, which is a massive national.
Yeah, I was like, that's so big.
They're great. Great at apartment buildings. They're, so they trained me, took me through their system. I had a great senior director, Kevin, and I started slinging real estate.
Yes.
And it was that was my moment of like, okay, this is going to be my career. Yeah. Or so I thought.
So you thought.
So I thought.
Okay.
Yeah. Then, all good things must come to an end, they say.
So what happened there?
So real estate, it's an escalator up and an elevator down.
Okay, everybody remember that.
It is. So when the times are good, great. Yeah. But when it stops, it stops. 2007 in September, what really, before the financial collapse, there's something called LIBOR, the London Interbank Overnight Rate. And that's where the banks borrow from each other to lend. That soared 400 basis points or 4%. So interest rates were around 5 or 6, or maybe a little less. And all of a sudden they're 7, 8, 9. and the banks pulled back lending. So it all started with lending. Lending stopped. Real estate deals started falling out.
Oh.
My boss pulled me aside, and I was 28 years old. And she said, you've had a good run. You're a little bit of a wild one. I recommend you go get some help for some of your extracurricular activities.
Oh.
So that was a great opportunity for me to slow my life down,
Okay.
to reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you ever talk to her ever? Have you ever reached
So
out to her ever?
it's such a small world. Her name is Dawn, and Dawn, she was so nice to me.
Aww.
So nice to me. So I ended up coming to LA.
When you were 28?
28.
Yeah.
And I checked into a rehab. So when people are like, oh, what brought you to LA? Like when you're on a date, what brought you to LA? Rehab. And I just hit them straight with it. And they're like, rehab, like for your knee? I'm like, no, for cocaine.
No,
Yeah, copious amounts of cocaine and alcohol.
Extra cocaine and alcohol.
Extra
Thank
cocaine.
you.
So that brought me to LA.
Yeah.
So fast forward to Dawn, it was COVID, and I heard through the grapevine that Dawn her and her husband had moved to Los Angeles. And I said, let me look her up on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
And I sent her a message and we grabbed lunch. And it was so nice to meet back up with her as I got back on my feet. And
Well, beyond on your feet. I mean, yeah, but.
and we'll get into that. And then it gets even better. It's my son's first day at kindergarten, or the parents are meeting, and I meet this guy, Peter, and his last name is the same as Dawn's. I said, Peter, is your mom's name Dawn? And he goes, yeah. And I go, dude, I know you from New York. He was when he was in college, I was working, he would stop by the office. So my son and Philip's son are in kindergarten together today. And then his mom comes to all the practices. So we see each other all the time.
His mom's Dawn?
Dawn. Yeah. Such a small world.
No.
Yeah. And she was like that conversation that said, go get help.
Yeah, like.
While and my family had pleaded with me and like therapist and girlfriend and da-da-da.
Sometimes it's really just,
So that was a really amazing
beautiful
moment. And I got to share that story with her son, with her. And it's just such a beautiful.
It really is that it comes together. That you're like at the soccer games.
Oh my God. It's so great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to cry. I love that. Okay, so then you come to LA for your rehab.
I came to LA. I spent 9 months in a treatment center, and
wow.
I left after 30 days.
Yeah, but then you did the sober living.
I did the sober living. Yep. So I actually went back to New York because I thought I was after 30 days.
You're gonna be fine.
Be fine. Oh my God, I was
guys.
far from fine. I was really rough around the edges. I couldn't get words together. At 10 a.m. I started getting anxiety. So I came back to long-term care.
Yeah.
Got out of sober living. I got my first apartment out of sober living. It was a 350 square foot studio on 6th and Broadway in Santa Monica. It was $1,250 a month. I rescued a dog. I named her Charlie.
Yes.
And it was me and Charlie. So I didn't have a lot of money. And what was great about Southern California living is for fun and for free. You can go to the beach, you can go on a hike, play beach volleyball. So I was so active in all the free stuff. Yeah. And I'd made some friends around town and everyone knew me. I became a runner as well. And people would see me running through town. They're like, oh, you're the guy with the boxer. You're the guy with that boxer dog. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. It's really funny. So my nickname is Sandi. And I got this female dog named Charlie. And we would always do this run. And this guy we would always see got confused. He thought my name was Charlie and the dog was Sandi. And I never corrected him. And my mother was visiting one day and this guy walks by, he goes, hey, Charlie, how you doing? I go, I'm great. How are you? And he's like, how's little Sandi? I was like, oh, she's great. And my mom goes, what the heck was that? And I never corrected him. And it was all good.
That's so fun.
But that was, when I look back at that life, like one car payment, one rent payment, one utility bill, life was simple. Yes. I could balance my month really quickly on a Saturday.
Took a little.
Yeah. Just like one page, simple, not even a page. It was the corner of a page.
Yeah.
And my life was simple.
Yeah.
But I had this desire to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And
then we met.
That's right. We met circa 2009, 10.
It is 9.
Yeah, 2009. It's
like
so
right
crazy.
away when I quit drinking.
Can I tell a version of of a story of dinner with me and you? So I think the world needs to know.
The world needs to know.
You and Clark are such an amazing couple. You guys are so awesome.
This is so funny.
We went out, I think it was a Wednesday night, and I took you to dinner. I wore a blue blazer because you're from the South.
You were dressed up.
And I had the gold buttons, and I had this really nice preppy button up and my loafers with no socks on, which is still a tradition today. Mm-hmm. And I took you out to dinner in Beverly Hills. Now, it wasn't like proper Beverly Hills. It was like Olympic Boulevard, Beverly Hills, but still Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills, PO.
Yep.
And I didn't have a lot of money, and I took you out to dinner. Now, you were like, oh my God, my friends, we're going to go to dinner and catch up. I was like checking my breath, like, what's up? Shelton, oh my God. And we were both there, with different. And I was your last date before you met Clark.
Yes.
So date for me, dinner for you, but the world needs to know that was the last.
Yes, then it was all Clark.
So and that's happened to me multiple times.
Oh. That's your run. You're proud of it.
If you want to find a serious relationship, go on a date with me, and you will meet that man very soon.
It's happening right afterwards.
Right afterwards.
That's like your tagline. If you're ready to get married, one day with me, you'll find him.
I know. Do I chase him away? I don't know what it is. No. I don't know. They're like, I don't want to be with this type of guy.
We were talking about the girl that you were dating. That you dated before.
Oh, yeah. I would do that on dates. So healthy.
I was like, no, we should do this and this. And you were like, what? That is so funny. And then we had some other funny stories of us. Like, we didn't have a lot of us,
What I love about being here is you've got a beautiful home. You have a beautiful family. And we both have businesses and
big businesses. Great life.
A life beyond our wildest dreams.
1,000,000%.
Or wilder dreams.
Yep.
Wilder dreams. It wasn't always like that for us.
Oh, Sandi, you can tell him. It was not like that. No.
Can I tell him the story about the gas?
Yeah.
So
this is the real thing.
This is circa 2010, beginning of 2011 maybe.
It was,
We were going to this AA workshop to get better, to do like a whole day of inventory and to look at how we can do better.
Yes. And we were very, and I'll say that about us still. We're very like, okay, what's the next step? Like trying to always be better.
Always be better.
Yes.
Never settle.
Yes.
So in dating too, right?
Yeah.
So we drove out to Burbank.
Yep.
To the Little White Chapel. Is that what it was called?
Yes. And we lived on the west side.
I was in Santa Monica. You were somewhere nearby.
I mean, in a like a fake.
Oh my God, I do remember that. Yes.
Oh my God, it was.
I picked you up.
The word it was the size of this podcast room, and it was 200 square feet. Okay, and I had 5 rolling racks of my clothes, and I would sleep on a half futon. Oh my God. I mean, when we say nothing, there was no money. Oh yeah.
Oh, I believe it.
Neither of us.
And so we went to the Little White Chapel.
Yeah.
And now I had enough gas to get there, but not to get home. We were on E the whole time. So we get there and
your white Mercedes.
My white Mercedes, which I could hardly afford. And so on the outsides we looked great. We had the right clothes, I had the suits from my real estate.
Yeah. From before. Yeah.
So we get there, and one of our really dear friends, Mary.
Yeah.
So sweet. By the way, I saw her recently with Ron. They're doing great. Love her.
She's best people.
Never aged. We get there, and I tell you, I'm like, we both knew we need to like figure out the gas sitch.
We knew it was a real problem.
And Mary said, "Oh, honey," we gave her a ride. Do you remember that?
That's how it happened. Yes.
So she sees my car's on E, which I was like, we'll make it, which we wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
She goes, honey, pull over. We went to a gas station. She gave me $20.
Yeah.
I pumped the gas, and we all made it back to LA.
We made it back.
Slid back. Umpire said safe. Which
back
is
to
like
West Side.
West Side. And
thank you, Mary. Because we would be on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
What's interesting is helping others, being of service,
Yeah.
paying it forward.
Always.
Yeah.
Yes.
That $20 has been paid forward and will continue to be paid forward.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
For forever. Yeah.
Forever.
You do a lot of that. I know you're very helpful.
And we still share that story with Mary, and she laughs.
She laughs every time.
She,
It brings her so much joy, by the way.
It does. I know. It does. I love sharing that.
$20, like, please. But okay, so then tell us about the click. Because you were doing other businesses, right? Or you were trying to, after you got sober,
yeah, so back in real estate,
Yeah.
deals were not happening. So I worked on the banking side where we were selling distressed debt. But then the Federal Reserve kept changing the guidelines and rules for the banks on toxic debt to sell and not sell, hold.
God.
So you would have a business model and they would implement a new rule. And then you had to shift and shift and shift. And you would do a deal and you'd think you're off to the races and then continuously adapting.
yeah.
And I just lost all the umph I had for real estate. I hated real estate. I remember I was touring a $1.5 million little retail center on Fairfax, and the potential buyer was like, "Can we look at the roof?" Now I'm wearing a 3-piece, like a suit,
you're
tie.
trying to,
It's 85 in
Yeah.
LA.
Oh my God.
I'm climbing the roof for like a $20,000 commission check. That is not 20K because you split it with the house, your other brokers. It's nothing. And I'm on the roof and I'm like, FML. And so we, it's interesting is sometimes we get stuck in situations, relationships, whatever, because we think it will get better. It will get better.
Yeah.
I'm so close. The miracle is right around the corner. And there was no miracle around the corner. And I had to get honest with myself. And that all day workshop was one of my enlightening moments where it was like, nothing changes if nothing changes. So I came back to camp and I swallowed my pride and I said, I'm done with the real estate. Now, real estate defined me. It was me. I loved my suits. I loved my office, but I wasn't making money. And so I left that industry. I had friends who were in the commodities industry.
Yeah.
And I said, can you get me an interview? And I was asking friends in all different industries, can you get me? So I interviewed in so many different industries. And I got a job in the commodities space, in the retail side, in the gold and silver space.
Oh, yeah.
A space I didn't really understand, but I kind of knew.
Yeah.
But it was new to me.
So new.
And
that's not something in Connecticut and North Carolina you're hearing about.
It's
no,
not.
No.
Historically, it was like Chicago, and then LA's a big market.
Yeah, but like I've never even heard that happening. Yeah.
So I got in there, humbled myself. I worked on a desk in sales with a bunch of young people. Now I was 30 at the time, and I'm the oldest guy at the desk of 6 people, and I'm just grinding. I'm working my butt off. And
so what are you doing? Taking calls?
Selling gold and silver as an investment to people all over America, and it
all over America.
Yeah.
All these
so phone
calls.
sales. Yeah. Wow. So, and some in person, which is different than real estate where you show properties. And I became really good at it. And I started, I left that large company where I really cut my teeth there. And then I got into management and I was doing that. And I had a really good deal with a company where I had a percentage of revenue above their baseline.
Yes.
And I was growing their company and they were getting very resentful paying me these large checks. Large company where I was miserable. It was such a toxic environment. And I was with my...
But that's what the crazy part is. They made the deal and they're mad.
I know.
That's what is funny, so...
Because their lives were being enriched too. And I try to see it from both perspectives.
I can relate to that. And you're just like, wait, why? That's like...
It's like we're both doing good.
I know. That's like...
And they thought they could do it without me. And
it's so crazy. It's like, but then check your account. Like this is for us. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, but that's good that they got resentful because
when a door shuts, a window opens. And so I came home. I was dating this amazing girl, Jessica, and we had been together for probably 6 months. She moved in after 3 months. First woman I've ever lived with. So I now was responsible for another human being.
Yes.
And I would share my dismay with her. And she said, start your own company. And I was like, oh, honey, I can't do that.
I love it.
And she goes, no, you can do it. So I called my dad and I said, Dad, I'm thinking about starting my company. And he goes, don't do it. You're going to fail.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like,
we have the same parents.
I was like, oh. And I realized now, so it's really funny if you chat with my father today and you're like, hey, what do you think of your son? And he's like, oh my God, I supported him all along the way.
Oh!
And Dad, if you're listening, I love you. And yes, you did, with the exception of that one conversation. But but Jessica, we'll refer to her as my ex-wife now because there's a whole story there. But she was so like my cheerleader.
She's the greatest.
She's awesome.
She's the GOAT. I mean,
so I get this like month by month office, and it holds like 4 people, and so I'm literally showing up at 6 a.m. writing code, writing content for the website.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Making partnerships. I was our CMO, CFO, COO, CEO, the janitor,
everything. Exactly.
Cleaned up a spill on aisle 3. Humble, willing to do anything and everything. And I started to proof of concept. So that first 3 months, we didn't go to market with any marketing. It was building the infrastructure.
And did you do this by yourself?
I had a business partner.
Okay. Yeah. But tell them how you started.
Oh my God, the story. Yeah. So the idea.
Yes.
So the click.
The click.
This was the click. I was managing that company. Mm-hmm. I was so miserable. My ex-wife was like, start your own company. And
the girlfriend at the time.
And a guy that I work well with, Scott, we had been together. He got me into the industry. He got me that interview.
He
was the one that got me the interview.
Love Scott. We love
Scott's
him.
great. Yeah. Scott's great. And so I called Scott, and he was working with me. And I said, hey, can you grab lunch with me? And he goes, great. Where are you? And I go, I popped on my GPS as like hamburger, and we stopped at the hamburger Habit. The Habit.
Yeah.
In like Woodland Hills area.
I mean, yeah.
And I said, hey, I got an idea. He goes, what's your idea? I go, well, let me get a piece of paper and like, let's chat about this.
Yeah.
Start our own gold company. And I asked the lady, do you have a piece of paper? And she goes, no, the best I have is like a to-go bag. So I took the bag.
Habit.
It had Habit on one side and a burger on the other.
Yeah.
And I wrote around it. And so it was like what we need to like start.
Yeah.
Connections, what hiring will look like, infrastructure, who's going to do what. And literally came up with a business plan on a to-go bag, front and back. I still have it to this day. That
is going to go down in history. That front and back of
built
the
this
Habit.
company off of a to-go bag. And
guys, this is so epic.
Execution is so important. Executed everything on that list.
You knew exactly.
Just intuition and asking people for help along the way.
But also working in the industry and seeing what maybe didn't work or what did work. But you wrote it all out. If you want to be an
entrepreneur, whatever you want to get into, learn it inside and out, work every single role that would facilitate success in that industry so that you know it.
Because if you hadn't done that sales job with those 6 other guys that were 22, then you wouldn't know it. I would
never have known what opening and closing and qualifying and working with clients looks like.
Yeah.
And so I had this entrepreneur hat on, having worked every role in that industry, and started American Hartford Gold. And we started with 2 employees and then 4 employees, and 90 days in, we launched our marketing. And so it was like 3 days into our business and we hadn't closed our first sale yet. And I heard a guy on the phone, and he was like talking to a prospective client. And I said, give me that phone. And it was a really nice lady. And I said, ma'am, let me just be real with you. We're a brand new company. We've never done a deal. Will you trust me? And she goes, I don't know, honey. And I said, I'm going to give you the best deal in the world. You're not going to get it from any of my competitors, but I need my first deal. I need proof of concept. So I sold her silver at like a very low price where there's a very thin margin.
Yeah.
And she was happy, and we delivered our first order.
Wow.
And we just had to have proof of concept. And
honey.
And never look back. And I literally took the phone from this guy. So again,
she's like, honey.
Working in sales.
knew?
I knew how to close her. And it's, so, it's interesting in sales. Three things a client needs, right? Is service, price and trust.
Trust.
Service, price, and trust. And you have to find out which one is the most important to them.
To them.
And you have to build it. And you still have to be fair in all three areas.
Yeah.
So that call was, gave her service, gave her great price, trust. Her trusting me that I'm going to deliver.
Yeah.
And it was important. And we delivered. And that order led to the next, to the next, to the next.
No, we have an order. You're like, we have an order.
We're alive.
We're real.
We're not paying bills, but we're alive. And so fast forward, April 1st, we started. September.
April 1st, what?
Of 2015.
2015.
Yeah, we're hitting 11 years in next month.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It seems like yesterday, but it also seems like an eon ago. And by September, we hit $1 million of revenue in a month. And I was like, this is great, amazing. I took everyone out to Fleming's Steakhouse in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
They were like, let's go to Mattresses. I was like, we can't afford that.
You're like,
so
we're gonna
Fleming's
check
work. I called Fleming's actually. I said, hey, I want to bring my company there for dinner. They said, oh my God, we do large corporate events. I go, we have 8 people. They're like, oh, you mean you need a table for 8? It's like, and we had dinner and I shared with the team how happy I was. And, we're going to have the success story. And, just fast forward from 2015 to 2019, built the company, took it to $50 million of revenue annually, which I thought was great.
Oh,
and
incredible.
Happy.
Yeah.
And then there's moments in time where the opportunity comes and you say yes, and you have to be ready for that. And 2020 was our opportunity. There was a COVID hit.
Yes.
There's a lot of volatility in the world, a lot of uncertainty.
Well, the stock market was crazy.
Up and down. It dropped like 30% in a day. Then it flung back up.
In the beginning. And then the real estate market was, people were terrified in March. It was just,
it was crazy.
I didn't get out of my pajama. I had like a coach. She was like, get dressed every day. Get out of your pajamas. Like, this,
I love it.
like, yeah. But I mean, we didn't know what was going to happen. But
nothing had multiple offers on it.
Yeah.
I bought a home actually during COVID in Santa Monica, north of Montana.
Oh, yeah. In the beginning, it was that March through like June.
Yeah.
June, July. It was like the best deals ever.
I was like running with my dog. So my son was born May of 2020, May 4th. And Max,
yes,
awesome kid.
Yes,
He's a G.
Yeah.
And so Max was born, and I was living in a 2-bedroom condo on Ocean Avenue in Santa Monica. And the second bedroom was a home office / gym for COVID. And I remember one of my good friends is like, he needs total darkness to sleep in. So I had him every other weekend. And by the way, I'd gotten divorced, and then baby mama, all that good stuff. Typical. Yeah. And
typical Sandi.
So he needed a room to sleep in. So the only dark room I had was a walk-in closet. So I had friends over and they're like, where's your son? I was like, he's sleeping. They go, where? I go, in that walk-in closet. They're like, go buy a house.
They're like,
go buy a house.
Yeah. You're doing great with your business.
Exactly.
Come
so I was like, where am I going to find a house? So I'm running with my dog.
Yeah.
Running on San Vicente, and I see this woman like putting like a for sale sign on the front yard. And I go, is that for sale? And it was a beautiful home. And I said, is it for sale? And she goes, it is. And I toured it and I said, I'll take it.
Yeah, I need to take that.
She was like, okay. And I bought a home.
Wow.
It was just so like
That's
how it
so
worked.
great.
Yeah. But the company, we in 2020, we did 150 million of revenue. And so we tripled our revenue. And then I was like, all right, we are going to scale.
Yeah.
Hired a bunch of people. We got about 150 people working for us. And
how many was like 2019 working for you?
40.
Okay. And then you went up to
150.
Wow.
And then in 2021, we did 550 million of revenue.
Oh.
And then now we had 250 people working for us, and we did 700 million in revenue, 800 million in revenue. And just sort of the last 12 months, we've topped $1 billion of revenue, which is like, and total revenue that we've done in the past 11 years is over 4 billion. And I started this gold company from a resentment.
Yes,
to
high
pay the
five.
bills.
That's good, because sometimes good things
to pay the bills
come out of resentments.
And had I listened to my father, it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why you have to believe in yourself.
So funny story.
And Jessica believed.
It was, so Jessica and I divorced in 2019.
Yeah. I went
Loved
to the
each
wedding.
other. Yep. It was, you came to the wedding.
I know, Katie and
Should
I
have
came.
invited you to the divorce, but it was funny. We would sit in mediation, yelling at each other, and we both had attorneys, and da, da, da. And then I remember going to the parking lot. Her car was right in front of me, and she puts like her parking thing to the thing. It didn't work, and she's like, "Do you have $29?" And I was like, "Screw you!" But then I paid her parking, and I was like, "You look good," all angry and mad. And she's like, "You look good, all tall and handsome." Her words. And I was like, "You want to go hang out, watch a movie?" She's like, "Sure." And then
You're like, oh my God. Yeah.
we did that for 6 months. And then we got divorced in April, May of 2019.
Yeah.
And so this past December, we were celebrating our 10th anniversary at the company, our Christmas party.
Yep.
And I was like, who should I invite?
But Sandi, I mean, I was with you as a friend.
Me and you were together in
I-
November.
Yeah.
And you said, "What about Jess?"
No, and I was like, what are you doing? I like started yelling at you because at this point we've become siblings.
Yeah.
We're
brother, sister.
because we're the exact same person. He's just like 40, 50x my success, but I'm going to catch up. And I was like, just talking to you. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, you're being so weird. Like, called you. I was like, she's your soulmate. And I said, you guys are like magnets.
Yeah.
I said that.
It's funny when being single for that many years,
Yeah.
5 years. And,
Well, you dated and everything.
oh yeah. Actively dated.
Yeah.
I think I might still have a Riot profile active. I need to
Get
check on
out
that.
of here!
No, I'm joking. It's not. It's on pause.
I'm turning it off.
So
Jessica.
you put you planted the
I
seed.
did.
And it was interesting. Me and Jess hadn't talked in a couple years.
I know. And I was like, what are you?
And I reached out to her.
She had just seen Katie though.
Oh, that's right.
And then they had this picture up together.
In Nashville.
And I was like, God, I was like, she is so gorgeous. She is the best. Like she's got the best smile. I don't know. I'm like always on the girls team.
Yeah.
You know, you're my brother, but I'm always on the girls team. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, get a grip. Give her a call.
So I texted her. I was like, "What you doing?" She's like, "I'm in Nashville."
Yeah.
Like,
You're
are you trying
I'm
to
running
hang
a
out?
business in Nashville.
Yeah. She's. I respected so much about her. So we got divorced, and she went and bought a home, a fix and flip,
Yeah.
and like did it on her own and rolled her sleeves up. You got to have her on here.
Oh, I will. Oh, she's
rolled her sleeves up and started her own company called the Paint Girl.
because her dad is a contractor,
Her
so she
dad's a
kind of had it in
contractor.
her. Yeah.
And I've been buying apartment buildings and renovating them and renting them out here in LA, and she did some of that work with me, and we did like a renovation. So she had it in her, and she has a really good eye for design.
Oh yeah.
So like as we're catching up, she's on her like 9th flip. She's got a huge paint company in Nashville.
Yes.
She's got tons of followers. And I was like, so much respect.
So much. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
I
For
love self-made.
Both of us.
I love hustlers.
Yeah.
So I said,
We love hustlers.
love them. So I said, I have a crazy idea. Do you want to be my date for the holiday party? And she goes, what would that look like? And I told her, and I said, you would stay in, Hotel de Sandi, and we would go to the party together and da da da. And she goes, I'm down. And so she came to town, and that magnet, like it just connected. Boom.
It's
It
a
just
magnet.
Yeah. We just went boom right back together.
Yes. Yeah.
Went to this party, it's.
And Katie and I were there, like
Yes,
always.
you were. And it's interesting, for a man, confidence, right? And just in general is self-esteem through esteemable acts, and confidence that I feel really good about my life and everybody in my life. And there's always something missing. And when she joined me for that holiday party, no matter what revenue I did, we had 350, 400 people at our Christmas party.
Oh, it was
And
one of the best parties. Yeah.
so classy,
Massive.
Beverly Hills
Yeah.
Hotel, like amazing. And she got to walk in there and was like, oh my God, this is your company. And I was like, yeah. She was like, holy cow. She was 2019 when we divorced. You had like 40 employees.
Oh, now it's
And
full. Oh yeah.
She was like, oh my God. She was like, I'm so proud. Like it meant
know.
so much to me.
Yeah.
And when you have success, you can choose paths, right? And what do you do with, like, F off to Europe for 6 months? Do you surround yourself with people who tell you what you want to hear? Or do you stay humble of service and help? And I'm not saying I'm perfect at this by any means, but I think I've kept a relatively humble head on myself.
Yes, for sure.
And just, again, she respected that so much and reflected that back to me. And just to be with somebody who met you before.
That's the key.
Is huge.
That's key.
So like dating in LA or just dating in general as a man
and
who
as
has
a crazy successful man now. Not the guy that needs.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
But
not the guy that needs $20
yes.
to get back from Burbank. But
yeah.
Look at that.
It's so we had such a great experience, and so we've been dating since December.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been pretty cool.
I love it.
It's been really cool.
So
Shelton put us together. It's so funny. Somebody had recommended a matchmaker to me, and I did like a little interview thing with them. And they're like, "What are you willing to spend to find your life partner?" And I go, "I'll give you $1 million if you find me my life partner. You're willing to pay whatever, right? Because you want happiness, family, etc.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
oh my God, you were like their best."
And I was like, and I say that facetiously because like there's no price on it when you're looking for.
Of course.
Yeah. You don't put a budget on that.
No.
Right. Just like you don't put a budget on your kid.
No.
Whatever he needs,
our
he
kids.
gets, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
We're just, but yeah. So I'm just so happy. I'll be waiting for the $1 million in my account. I'm thrilled about that.
I'll buy my next house for you.
Okay. We'll talk about it. But okay, so then you have your business going, and you've told me some of these things, guys. Sandi is a genius when it comes to all this business stuff that you were telling about your company and all your different investments. I'm just so proud of you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
How you put all this together.
So it's funny. You never know what that job or that career is going to lead you to. Yeah. So when I started the gold company, we started making money. I started buying apartment buildings.
Yeah.
And I was buying them down in like Long Beach, and they weren't like big deals, like 8 units, 12 units, 20 units. And I was renovating them and renting them back out and having positive cash flow. Being a broker in apartments, I understood the economics of apartment buildings. So whenever I would look at stocks, like I would buy like $10,000 of a certain stock, and then the next day it would be down 20%. And I was like, oh, that's my investing, right? Whatever I buy, go down tomorrow. This shirt was on sale the next week after probably. And like, it's just like inverse Sandi, right? But real estate, I understood.
You got it. Yeah.
I got it. So I was buying apartment buildings, and it was interesting because cash flow, right? Passive income is a good goal in life to have if you have the ability to do it. So I used to look at investments as a replacement for income, and our mortgage was like $7,000 a month. And I said, I need to buy an apartment building that gives us $7,000 a month. That way, if something happens to me, Jessica can live okay. And then your car payment's $1,000 a month. So you buy another building that's going to give you at least car payments. And you keep doing this to replace income. So like
that's how your brain works.
My brain worked like I have to replace this income with durable, dependable income in the event something happens to me or my business. And that's how I used to look at apartment buildings.
I've never even thought of it that way.
And
that is so smart.
I started building, and then as your success grows, your expenses grow, and your life grows, and family, and and dependence. So I kept buying buildings to grow. And then it got to a point where I would look at my thing. I'm like, wait, this is far exceeding what I need. And then it became a game. And then it became a game of like, how big can you get?
Yeah.
And that has been fun. That's been fun because you don't need to do deals. You want to do them.
You love
and you can
deals.
Be patient. I love deals.
I love deals. You love deals. It's in our DNA. I don't know what it is.
It's my ADD. It's our ADD. And here's what's the most exciting part of a deal is hunting the deal.
Yes.
It's fun. Whether it's a piece of art, a car,
yes.
a collectible, a thing, an experience. It's the hunt.
Yeah.
The excitement of the hunt. So the hunt never goes away. Mm-hmm. Never goes away. Always hunt. And so, with exception of relationships.
Yes. No. I think we're settled down on those. We're both good. Clark still around. Jessica, she's back. We're down. And, because we can hunt other things now. Yeah. You want to tell them about one of your collections that you shared with me that you have? Maybe starts with an H. Oh yeah.
You know what's really interesting with
Please tell them. Yes.
Work. So I love collecting things. I love art.
Yes.
I love art.
Oh yeah, you have crazy art. I met your
thank you.
Your guy that said your art collection. He was just like, what the hell?
I ran out of wall space.
Yeah.
I had art and storage, and I'm like, now what do I collect? And I started buying cars and collecting some really unique, cool cars. And I was at Hermes because just like you.
Yes, we love to buy gifts.
Love buying gifts.
Yes.
I love giving a orange box to my colleagues. Of
course.
And to close friends. And it's because, you know, you can give them $500 and they won't spend it on that.
Of course not. They're going to buy groceries or something silly. You're like, ugh.
Buy them that orange box. And 1 year I was at Hermes a number of years back. And my AD at Hermes said, do you want a Birkin? And I go,
what?
I'm single.
Yeah.
A Birkin? And he like pulled one out and it was colorful. And I just Googled it. And it was like selling for more than it was.
Yes, double.
Like, this is a great investment. I will take it. And then I saw that Drake collected Birkins and they were lined up in his closet. And I was like, that looks so beautiful. The rainbow.
You saw it on Drake? Sandi, you're so funny.
You know, nothing common with him. But
I think you have some of the art that he has too. Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So I wanted the rainbow in my closet.
Oh my God.
Came,
I love it.
It is so funny.
Because he sent me the video. I was like, I was like, of course, this is my sibling. Of course.
And it's an alternative.
Yeah. There's a whole fund that came out with this lady started. Yeah, this year. So
Jess came back in my life. She came over in December. She walked in my closet and was like, what the heck? She goes, what is your sexuality? What's going on? And no offense.
Like, are you okay?
What is all of this? And I said, I'm a little eccentric. Well, cray. And speaking of cray, that's actually one of the colors there, Mez. I have cray. Of course it is.
Of course.
I know more about Birkins than most people.
Yeah.
That's not cool. That's not normal.
Well, if you just say it's for the investments, that's good. That's good. I actually saw on Instagram that you let her wear one.
She does wear one.
See? So that got serious. That meant it was serious.
I was dating somebody else.
Yes, you told me that.
And she goes, can I borrow these? I was like, no.
Absolutely not.
That's too, we're not there yet. Jess came over and I was like,
here, which one? Any of these? Yeah. I was like, oh, he's serious. Yeah.
They are meant to be used.
I know.
Gently.
Yes, gently. Yeah. That's so funny. I love that. Well, I mean, what's next?
You know, that's a great question.
I want to know.
Yeah. So my son is going to be 6 in May.
Yep. Love of your life.
Love him. And I'd love to
He's
share the story.
Amazing. Yeah.
Is that child was the greatest gift that I did not ask for.
Yeah.
Right. He was a surprise baby. I got a phone call.
He's surprised.
It was the summer of Sandi in 2019.
Yeah. Right after the divorce.
I hadn't dated in years. And
yeah.
I get the call, and I didn't know how to interpret the call.
Mm-hmm.
And I called friends of mine who may have had that experience or something similar before. And the advice that was given to me is, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
Yes, my favorite quote.
I love that.
Happening for you, always.
So didn't know boy or girl, and I went to coffee with his mom, and I said, hey, co-parenting, what would that look like? Let's talk.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a romantic interest in each other, but we had a common interest of a child. And so we chatted. We actually are very similar in family values.
Oh, good.
And
oh, phew. You didn't even know. Thank God. Oh, good.
We're like, so we May 4th, 2020, Max was born. So, you know, it was interesting. I got another bit of advice. I didn't even know if it was going to be my kid. Who knows?
Oh.
So a friend of mine said, show up to every doctor's appointment, take her there, be of service.
Be of service. Always be of service.
Always be of service. And
yeah. Always comes back to that. Yeah.
If it's not your kid, no big deal. You just went to OBGYN school.
Yeah. Great. Maybe for your next baby. Sure. Yeah.
But if it is your kid, you're not going to be able to go back and recreate the moments that you missed.
Yeah, would have missed. Yeah. So just do it.
And I got to share with him today, like, I remember hearing your heartbeat. It sounded like you were an alien. I remember when we saw your legs. I remember, so we went to this lady to find out if he was a boy or girl, and I brought 2 golf balls with me. And so we're doing the reveal during COVID, and one of the balls would be pink and one would be blue when you hit it. And
yeah.
So we went to the golf course, and I brought his mom, and I teed up the ball and I swung, and it was blue, and I was like, oh my God, a boy.
Yes.
And look, you're happy either way. But
I was happy for boys.
I was a little more tea party or soccer.
Yeah.
Right? So like dolls
Lacrosse,
or basketball. Like, but then again, I also have the Hermes Birkin, so could have gone the other way. Totally could have gone the other way.
I would have been a lucky girl.
So find out it was a boy. I then was like, still like, are we sure? So I called the lady, because the lady was a little confused. I was like, just give me the ball. One says B, one says G. Give me the ball and take the sticker off. But they look the same. So I called her. I said, hey, by the way, it's a boy. And she goes, let me look at the file. She goes, confirmed, boy.
Okay.
I said, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So we have a switcheroo.
You don't want to hit the golf ball and it'd be wrong too. Oh my God.
And then, so I was there the day he was born. Now, it was during COVID. So May 2020, we're on lockdown.
Yeah.
You got to wear a mask to like see your kid. And then it was advised to me to do skin to skin. Our company was fully remote. We're experiencing this crazy revenue.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, and I've got the dog. So Charlie had passed. I rescued Cookie. And so Cookie was a very needy dog. But so I've got this needy dog. I've got to go run this company, and I've got a kid who was just born, and they kept him in NICU for a week. So so I'm stopping by the UCLA hospital on my way to work while dropping the dog off at daycare, seeing him doing skin to skin. So his mom couldn't see him for a week because she had got
sick or something.
Got sick, and they didn't want, because of COVID, they were not sure. So they were like, Mom can't see son for a week.
So you had to make
sure.
So
I was mom and dad. I was everything. So I would do skin to skin, doing his bottle, and then running to work, coming back at 10 a.m., going to work, coming back at 12, going to work, coming back at 3, come back at 7. And I was like, I don't want him to be alone, right? I was like, that was that,
That's so sweet.
So I got to be there with him. And like, this is, forget the business, forget all the success. Like, this is it. And he came home, and man, I love that kid. Yeah. He has been the greatest teacher, humbling me. It's...
Just get ready for the humbling.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Bo and Lane just roast me like on the daily. And I love it.
Oh, it's coming from him.
I love it because it's like, humble crepe. Like these guys. Yeah, but it's the best. I mean, I want them to be funny and smart.
It's funny. Like, I'm an active person. I love outdoors, hiking, running, golf, tennis, sports, love athletics. To me, that experience is great.
Oh, yeah.
And so Max is born. And I used to do these runs on the beach, 6 miles, and he wouldn't nap at home. So I got this stroller, the running stroller.
Oh, yeah.
And he would nap in the stroller. So I would go on these long runs, the dog, me, and my son in the stroller. He would pass out. So I'm like on these 6-mile runs, and he's still napping. So we're doing like 10-mile runs to keep him napping. So I got really, really like
super fit. Yeah.
Running this kid. And then he started walking at 9 months. And we started building forts in the house and all this stuff. Yeah. And then I remember I used to, so again, not knowing, I wasn't, no rule book on like how to raise kids. And I'm eating sushis. Now he's eating like solid foods. And his mom was like, you can start introducing solid foods. So I have this box of sugarfish with me. And I looked at him, and he doesn't talk. It's like, he's like 9 months old. And I just took a piece of like tuna and I put it near his mouth, and he ate it. And then he like started reaching, trying to grab. So he took my sushi. I shared my sushi with him. And to this day, his favorite food is sushi. His second favorite is pizza. Not how I grew up. Yeah. Not at all.
No
didn't have sushi.
Fingers. Yeah.
Didn't have sushi till I was 24. Yeah. But we get to share so many common interests.
Yeah.
And, you know, so after this podcast, I pick him up from school and we're going to play tennis, play basketball, pool, hang out with the dog, Mario Kart, in bed by 8:30, all the greatest hits. All the greatest hits.
Yeah.
And so, you know, to relationships, here I was like trying to find a replacement for my ex-wife. And you know, you deal with loneliness when you go through breakups. And you have to fill, you know, they say, fill that God-shaped hole with what? So it's, right? So I was then blessed with a child. And, you know, the weekends I have my son are way more fulfilling than the weekends I don't. And now that Jessica's back in my life, I get both. So I got a weekend with Jess, I got a weekend with my son, baby daddy, ex-husband, playing all the roles. It's so freaking awesome. We have so much fun. Yeah. And then we get to intertwine the lives. So she met Max. And so Tuesday nights we hang out.
That's so great.
So my son loves VR. He loves to shoot zombies. And one day he goes, and he loves Jessica. He like loves her. He showed her his weebie the other day. I was like, what are you doing, dude? So we have a flasher in our hands.
Love that.
He goes to Jess. He like tapped her one time, like a couple months ago. He goes, "Do you want to go play VR?" And she's like, "Oh, like what game do you play?" He goes, "Oh, we just kill zombies and make the world safe." She goes, "Sounds great to me." And me and Jess used to love watching The Walking Dead. So here we are. Like it's so serendipitous. Full circle. So we get there and we're like, we got stuck to level 11 without Jess. Jess comes in the picture. We get to level 15 and like it's an impossible level. But moral of the story is teamwork makes the dream work. The family unit, even though we're like all from different, like, you know, it's the family that I've been given. Yeah. And it is an amazing family. And so this past Tuesday, we were playing tennis together. A little bit of a shit show. 5-year-old trying to hit tennis balls.
I mean, but it'll get better. This is great. It's going to click
from the beginning of our lesson to the end of it, he was hitting the ball almost over the net.
I mean,
we're getting there.
It's your son. He's gonna be
totally
very
fine.
good at athletics.
It's funny. He's 5 comparing himself to a 46-year-old man's athletic ability, which by the way, I'm slowing down as my time goes. But he, that relationship, that kid is just so amazing to me. Yeah. And it was not something that like I'm a control freak. I plan, I control the results. Yes. If I want a kid, I will have a kid. If I want to be married, I will be married. Like this was totally given to me.
But that's what Clark says. I almost missed this. And that is like such a beautiful way to look at it. It's like, oh my gosh, but it's just, it's everything though. Yeah. Yeah. Because you love being a dad.
Oh, I love it.
It's very important.
It comes naturally to me.
Yeah.
It really does.
You seem so sweet with
trial and error. There are some trial and errors.
Come on.
Yeah. We you know, his first pizza experience, his mom's like, "Oh, he loves pizza." So I was like, "Sweet." Took him to John and Vinny's. He was like spitting pizza out of his mouth. He didn't like it.
No.
And I go to his mom. I'm like, "He's defective." She said, "What do you mean? He didn't like pizza?"
No, he likes Domino's.
Yeah. She was like, "That's exactly." She said, "Domino's." I go, "Honey, we don't eat Domino's in this family."
You're like, well,
Fresh Brothers. Yeah. I love
Fresh Brothers.
We met in the middle. But I used to love Domino's. Their recipes just changed. No, I don't want to get sued.
No, we're not getting in trouble.
No GMOs, Domino's. Cut the shit. You know, it's moments like that. Trial and error, right? No rule book, like no like manual on life. You just figure it out as you go along. But you have great people in your corner.
Yeah, well, you have them. You have it now.
Amazing people. And then you are also available in the corner for other people. And you have this circle that we continue to feed each other and help each other and be a part of each other's lives in whatever capacity that might mean. I can't tell you how many phone calls, not a whole lot, but men who my position I was in, when I thought that was the worst thing that could have happened to me, was the best thing. And I've helped men who've had that experience.
Oh, wow.
I've had people reach out to me on social media like, "Oh my God, I need to talk to you. I'm dealing with something similar with like my ex-girlfriend. She's keeping a kid, And I said, let go and let God.
Let go, let God. Yeah.
Live and let live.
Could be the best thing ever.
Yeah. You have no idea what door this is open for you or what experience. So like family so friends will come and go as we've grown. Like I've had to level up with friends as well.
Yeah.
And so when you're an entrepreneur and you're having success and you're sharing it with your friends, some of your friends who may not have had that journey as you, it's hard to relate. And it was interesting. I'd gotten an email from a guy who said, I'd love to talk to you. I founded this company. And he goes, and I feel alone.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, I'm here. Let's chat.
Because it feels lonely. It can be lonely.
And so with respect to lonely, you know, you level up, you align yourselves with people who are going through what you're going through, have gone through what you've gone through. Or you get introduced to organizations that you have the opportunity to join.
You're very into,
And you have the ability to be of service to your community in a civic way. With, if politics are your thing, would meet with leaders in your local community and ask them, what can I do to help you? What do you need from me? Because oftentimes they're disconnected and they just need to know, am I doing this right? To give them feedback. It's amazing. So I got really involved with leveling up with friends and being involved in LA City. And
we need you.
well, at the capacity I have, the bandwidth for right now, it has been great meeting with different people in LA with different positions, being on the board advisory committee in LA, and hearing business owners share their challenges of how they're affected by homeless and crime and what they need to succeed. These are people's livelihoods. And, you know, you get to be a part of it and forget about the R or the D, like political, like what it's being of service to the community, right? So like when I speak to candidates who are Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter to me what you are. If you truly want to inspire change and make a change and it's common sense, not like radical, but like common sense, you know, America is a middle left country. We're middle left. If it's a common sense, common welfare, what's best for LA, what's best for what's best for people, I love that. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. None of that matters.
No.
And like Leslie Knope, and remember that show Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Like, I love her. Like, that's the politicians we need. She had so much enthusiasm and love for her little parks, her little community. Oh. And she wanted to make an impact. You know?
I hope we have more.
I know,
like
me too.
That.
Me too.
We're going to get there. We love LA.
Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom.
Well,
like I did in 2007, going into rehab to rebuild. Sometimes that the darkness is what appears right before the light. And maybe that's just what we're going through right now.
Yeah, I think so. And then the phoenix will rise. It did. Look at Sandi right here.
You know, it's interesting, Shelton, is we see what we're capable of.
Well, I see that with you.
I see that with you too.
But
I mean,
as like a sib, I'm like, holy shit! Like, look what Sandi can do. Like I'm just getting started. I'm like, it's really inspiring. I promise you. Probably top 2 most inspiring people I know because we did it together.
Who's the other person?
No. I mean, no, you're probably the most.
No,
I don't even. It's just crazy though to know somebody that we were so on the same like level. We were just like $20. Like, can we borrow $20? And then you're just like, wow. And it's just like in such a short amount of time. It's so exciting.
So you're inspired by my business and my success. I'm inspired by your family.
Oh, well, so I have crushed it with that.
You're like in such a short amount of time. So like you shared with me, and I'm jealous of your life where you found Clark. By the way, when you guys announced that you're getting married, or you got married at like,
we on Facebook we had a Facebook wedding.
I remember that, and then Bo, and then Lane,
because
we were 6 months
pregnant,
and I'm watching you as you're building your real estate career, being the best mama in the world. I love I'm watching you through social media or seeing you around town, and we run each other, and we get these short little check-ins that we've had along the way. And we get to say, oh, we're here, we're going to here, and then watching you build your real estate. Oh my God, your team.
I love
meeting your team.
The best.
Like, Katie, oh
the
my
best
God.
girls that have ever.
You are surrounded with amazing people.
Yeah. It
And
makes me
so
cry.
to watch you
Yeah.
and your success,
Thanks.
and I've seen people in real estate who are more successful than you when you started and you've surpassed, and they're still trying to figure it out. And I love that.
Wow.
And nothing stops you.
Thanks for saying
And that's very
that.
inspirational to me.
Thank you. With the fam and Clark and I, never better.
No, I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love Clark. I've known him as long as I've known you.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
It's a really good thing.
We've all stayed
Yeah.
and are trying to always help others too.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like the give back really helps you grow your own life.
So it's talking about giving. So it's interesting. So every year, I've got my sponsor in my sobriety.
Yeah.
I've got business mentors. I've got friends. And so you want to donate every year and you want to find good causes.
Yes.
So single women, mothers, animals, homeless, mental health, are causes that I donate to. So I would write checks every year. And I was watching the news a couple years back and I saw this news story about the toys were stolen from this charity. And it was like stolen on a Friday and they were supposed to give them away Sunday morning.
That is no.
And the guy's pleading on like Fox 11 local news, like, can somebody help us find our toys? So having, knowing people in law enforcement, sheriffs, I called him. I said, hey, do we have any like clues? Let me see if I can help, introduce you to the right people. And I realized even if they did have that, they're not going to get it by Sunday.
No.
So I asked him how much were the value of those toys. And I share this story purely to inspire others.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said to him, give me an hour, I will have that money to you.
Aww.
And you made a few phone calls and he was like, is this guy real?
Like whatever.
BS.
Just saw yeah.
He called me and said, dude, we are literally at Target at this and that buying toys. We have enough. We have to just go buy them now. He said, will you join us Sunday morning to hand out toys? And my first thought was, well, I just did the work. I just donated money. I just got you money. Like, you can't have two bites at the apple. You can't have both. You either get either I volunteer or I give you money. You can't have both. I'm busy. And I said, yeah, I'll be there. And then that Sunday morning, I called my good friend Jerry and I said, hey, I'm going to have to donate toys and da-da-da. And I provided and da-da-da. And he goes, it's going to be the best feeling. You'll remember it forever. And he goes, what are you giving up? And I said, a workout, brunch, golf. And he goes, you won't even remember. Like, none of that.
It's like,
Plenty of
who
time.
even cares? Yeah.
I drove up. The line was wrapped around the block multiple times down in Long Beach.
Oh my God.
And what's crazy is a lot of my apartment buildings I own are in Long Beach. So these people could be my tenants. And I'm like watching them because I have some low income housing. And I'm handing out toys to these people, and they were so grateful. And some of them came at 2 a.m. waiting in that line.
Just to wait. Oh my.
For like one toy per kid. Oh. And then I go to him, I go, hey man, what else do you do? You got my full support. Oh. And so my son and I, we went to donate book bags for back to school and donate turkeys and donate toys.
Yes, all the
we do both now. And my son loves it. It was so funny. My son, we were donating book bags. And I said to Max, we got there's thousands of book bags and thousands of people. And we were like giving book bags to kids.
Yeah.
And then we had, long story short, giving back.
Yeah.
And there's other moments that I've had that are, just, that is so a huge part of it.
So profound.
You can't keep it unless you give it away.
We're taught that.
Yeah.
We didn't know those things
before
we got to our
seriously. So
our place. Yeah.
The more generous I have been, the more I have received.
Agreed.
And it's not always monetarily. You could be generous with your time and people come in.
Yeah, connections.
Love.
Highlighting other people. Yeah.
That's
a good thing. Oh, well, Sandi, I love you.
I love you too, Shelton.
Thanks for coming on here.
Oh my God, is this our time?
I think.
Has it been? How long has it been?
Hour 10.
What? Oh, this is such a great experience, Shelton.
You're the best.
I loved being a guest on your podcast. I love that you have this.
I got to learn so much more.
Oh my God.
That's why I love doing this so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sandi, you'll be back on again.
Thank you,
I'm
Shelton.
sure
I'll be
telling
honored.
about all of your other fun deals, because I know you're not stopping. I know we're not done.
I took a break,
Okay.
but then I began it again.
I mean, you're like, I'm done with deals. I was like, sure.
Yeah, I said that
It
like
was-
on
he
December
took-
31st, 2025,
Yeah,
and then
he took a
2026
week off.
happened. Yeah, we did. It's all good.
You have
all
another
good.
deal started.
Yeah. Thank you, Shelton.
Okay. You're the best.
Pleasure.
Yay! All right. Well, I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder.